Hey everyone, welcome to episode 306, Other People's Opinions. Welcome to the Harmony in the Home podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Hutchison. I'm a counselor, a life coach, and most importantly, an imperfect mom doing this work right along with you. And my goal on our podcast is to go from chaos to calm, feel less frazzled, and have more fun within your four walls to have more harmony in your home. So this is a very hot topic. Before we talk about the hot topic of the day, I want to talk to you about Oslo's sleep earbuds that I sleep with every single night. They are so amazing for sleep. They fit in your ears like a hearing aid, a plastic hearing aid, but not a hard plastic. It's very moldable to your ear. They are absolutely amazing. They have built-in noise cancellation into it, and then you can stream music or white noise or just leave them in without anything in them. And they are the greatest noise cancellation earbuds that you can sleep with, and you can lay on your side and there's no problem because you can't even feel them. So if you're interested, go to oslosleep.com/best sleep ever and get a pair, support the show, and sleep soundly. And just to warn you now, you may become a snorer like me, because once I got these, I was like, whoa, snore-asaurus. And I'm not a big snorer, but apparently with these I do. Just ask David. I heard this TikTok and I wanted to share it with you. I think I might have shared it a couple, maybe 50 episodes ago, but it's worth repeating because this is a place where I see so many people holding themselves back.
How are some of y'all going around living life not caring what people think about you?
I just realized I never actually knew what you were thinking about me. I just knew what I thought you were thinking about me, which means I created a mean, judgmental version of you in my head and then used it to think mean things about myself, which means I made you mean in my head, which means I was being judgmental of you, not the other way around. Now I just assume people are nice. I just assume that they're cool. And if they act in some way that contradicts that, if they start being a total for no apparent reason, I assume that they're actually angry at themselves for something that they're then projecting onto me, just like I used to do. And then I forgive them and get on with my life.
So when you realize that everything is projection, the way you talk to yourself, the way you think about yourself, your relationship with yourself is projected onto other people. So if you are constantly telling yourself that you are a loser, you are going to think that other people are looking for evidence that you are a loser. Now, I use loser very loosely. It could be in your parenting, it could be at your job, it could be in your weight, it could be in your finances, it could be in your social life. And once you clean up the way you talk to yourself and the way you think about yourself and your relationship with yourself, whatever area of growth that is needed, and there's always an area of growth that is needed. It's a journey, not a destination. We are not fully formed humans that just have no areas of growth. When we realize that and we clean that up, all of a sudden we think that other people are thinking actually very nice things about us because we are thinking nice things about ourselves. Now, that doesn't mean that you're always thinking that you're Laura Ingalls and you're a perfect human. It just means that you're finding a healthy balance between the two, and you realize that no one is actually thinking about you. Guess what they're thinking about? They are thinking about what you're thinking about them, and then their internal dialogue is projected onto you, and then you are now in their crosshairs of, oh my goodness, Susie Q is thinking XYZ about me, when you weren't even thinking about them to begin with. It's all projection. It's all made up in our head. It's all fear. It's all anxiety. It's all coming from a root of not feeling good enough, which every human does, no matter what kind of background you came from, has that playing somewhere in their story that they're not good enough in a certain area, or sometimes in multiple areas, and sometimes all the areas. And we talk about the way we talk about ourselves and to ourselves and our relationship with ourselves all the time, because that creates a life where you're living your life from the in to the out versus the out to the in, and using other people as a pawn to make yourself feel better. A lot of times, people pleasers especially use other people to get their value and their worthiness. So we are actually using other people Just like we claim narcissists are users and abusers, we are using other people to get our worthiness and our value. We do it a lot to our kids. Our kids can't have that responsibility, nor can they handle the pressure. And even if they were given those gifts, they don't know how to do it, because it's like there's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, there's always a hole in the bucket. And so no one else can fill up that bucket because there's always a hole in the bucket. And so it's this everlasting abyss of trying to use other people for worthiness. And then they give us a shot of worthiness and it goes into the bucket. But guess what? Since there's holes in the bucket, it just seeps through. And then we go back to that same person or that same child like a drug addict to get our next hit. And that is not fair to our personal relationships, because that is not their job. Their only job is to show up and be themselves, and then we get to love them. And that is the greatest honor of our life, is to the ability to love another human in our life and not have expectations set upon them that they do XYZ so we can feel good about ourselves. That is an inside job. It is not an outside job. And if they could do it, they might be able to do it temporarily, but it's not long lasting. But when we look at a relationship with ourselves and the way we talk to ourselves and the way we relate with ourselves and the way we think about ourselves, that is something that's long lasting. Then there's not holes in the buckets. And then anything you get from other people is extra credit. It's icing on the cake. It's the gravy on the mashed potatoes. It's the pepperoni on the pizza. You get where I'm going? You get what I'm putting down? You picking up what I'm putting down? So when we come from a place of abundance, we will see abundance in other people, and we will think that other people are thinking abundant things about ourselves. When we come from lack, then we think other people are thinking lack about us. And then it actually is not fair to the other people, because like I said in the video, I'm assuming that you are talking negatively about me, so I'm assuming negative things about you, which isn't fair to them because they're not even thinking about you to begin with. It's very freeing when you come from this place, and then you can show up like yourself, and that allows other people to like yourself, to be like themselves, because you all like each other and you like yourselves. So then you're projecting that onto each other. And that's a lot more fun to be in a relationship with that versus constantly trying to fill up this hole, this bucket that has holes and that holes and that has holes and holes. And you're constantly trying to patch the holes, and you patch the holes, and you're constantly working on other people's self-esteem. It's not our job to fix other people's self-esteem, just like it's not their job to fix our self-esteem. So when we come into a relationship as a whole, WHOLE, we don't have to fill in each other's holes, HOLES. And we come from two whole WHOLE people coming into a relationship, whether it's with your child, with your spouse, with your parent, with your goody grandpappy. That's a lot more fun, and you'll have a lot of more abundance together. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Hey mamas, thanks for listening. If you had any ahas, clicks, or those lightning bolt moments while listening, you have to check out my free parenting bootcamp, where we take all of this to the next level and we try to create even more awakenings for ourselves so that we can connect more with our kids and never yell at them again. You can sign up at www.coachingkelly.com. And if you really want to fill up my love cup, send me an email of what your aha was, what your click was, what was that lightning bolt moment while you were listening. I want nothing more in life than for you to have harmony in your home and to learn how to be an imperfect mom like me, which allows your kids to be imperfect too, each and every day. Thanks for listening.